Why you make it so complicated? Off the drain, we concentrate. I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking weed up the container. We spend cash for entertainment. There's more where that came from, that's all I'm saying. Why you make it so complicated? Off the drain, we concentrate. I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking weed up the container. We spend cash for entertainment. There's more where that came from, that's all I'm saying. It's me and you and we making arrangements. It's you and me and we making arrangements.
Is it hot in here or is it just me? I'm so high in here, we smoking on this weed. Told him go and take a shot on 3. Told him drinks is on me. Yeah, drinks are on me. Said now go and take a shot on me. Only drug a bitch is on is a tree. But I like to 10 rounds like a free, like a G. I'm missing
Why you make it so complicated? Off the drain, we concentrate. I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking weed up the container. We spend cash for entertainment. There's more where that came from, that's all I'm saying. It's me and you and we making arrangements. It's you and me and we making arrangements.
I'll keep it simple, baby. I'm keep it simple with you, baby. You know I don't ever bring games. You know I don't ever complicate it. Come feel some type of way.
My name is Cypriana Church. I danced in 2013. I took 2014 off, and I danced throughout the rest of my college years. And I am a coach for Dancing Dolls, and I have my own dance, I don't want to say company, but heels. It's called Supreme Heels, where it's chair. Sometimes major, it's just different stuff.
All right, we're gonna start with our Q&A. Can you tell us, were you nervous when you led your game in 16?
16, I was very nervous because it's like you used to being behind somebody else. So when you're up there, now it's like, dang, I got to think about this. I can't do the same stand over. So yeah, I was nervous.
Okay, so from the years that you danced, what was your favorite year and why?
2015 had to be my favorite year because it was only 3 old heads and everybody else was new. So I would say 15 because Dom did a pretty good job putting everything together.
Why did you miss 14?
Originally, I missed 14 because I had went to Tougaloo. I was going to start nursing, but when I got over there, I didn't like it. By the time I tried to come back, I had Miss Band Camp. Miss Curley was like, yeah, you're going to have to wait till next year to try out.
Okay, how is life now after going from J-Sets to coaching for the Dancing Dolls?
Life is about the same. It's just, well, I don't want to say you don't dance as much because you still dance just as much, except like with coaching them, they're like how we on the college level, they on the level where they doing like dump drops out the sky, like they doing extra stuff that I'm not used to. So it's not a big difference, but it's a small difference when it comes to like making them up stuff.
Okay, and as the ace, when you were first starting out, was it hard catching on to stuff that was being thrown?
No, it's basically like I was still on Short and Sexy from the beginning when I first started.
What was it like to prepare for being a JSET after you found out you made it?
It was having to change your work schedule. Well, I couldn't work none my freshman year because you had to always make sure you was practicing or learning something. So it really wasn't much that you had to prepare for, but you had to get used to practicing almost 5 hours and doing homework and getting back up the next day. So it was not a lot, but it was a lot.
Okay, and what was your favorite routine, if you can pick one?
Sweat Championship 2013, we did Bad Girl.
And what was your favorite uniform?
I like Tiger Girl. Tiger Girl make everybody look fit, and everybody just dance more when they wear Tiger Girl.
Your favorite stand, slow and fast. If you want to demonstrate, you can. If you can explain it, that's fine too.
I think all the slow stands are my favorite, but probably the 16 that Dawn brought her year, and then it's an 8 count that Morgan brought her year that she remixed now, but it wasn't a 16, it was just an 8 count, but I like that one too.
Any fads? I don't think anybody really likes fast stands.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't have any fast stands.
Okay, so how was it as not only a freshman but upperclassman trying to manage practice and classes?
Well, once I was a freshman, it was probably much easier because it's like, oh, I gotta make sure my GPA is this, I gotta make sure my grades stay up. But once I became an upperclassman, it was kind of like, well, I'm used to it now, I could just do this later on. You really weren't thinking, well, you were thinking about your GPA, but you really weren't thinking about it. So it was much harder when I became an upperclassman to me.
Okay, and why did you choose JSU?
Primarily for dance. Like, I tried out for fun, and I ended up making it for real. So I was like, dang, like I really gotta go to Jackson State now. So yeah, I'm glad I made the choice because I never wanted to be like, dang, what if I would try it out for JC? So I'm glad I did choose Jackson State.
So what advice can you give to girls that are looking to try out?
Just be confident when you try it out. Like, don't let nobody talk you down out of it. Like, you want to try out for fun, do it for fun. But, like, don't get discouraged. If you don't make it the first time, I always come back the second time or the next time, whenever you feel like you're ready to come back. Okay,
and we had a lot of questions, so I'm just going to give you opportunity. Do you have any comments on the captain situation from 16?
No, I don't. I feel like what's for you will always be for you. Morgan did a very good job there. So, I mean, you still go get your shine on. She did good there, though.
All right. Thank you. All right. What about the J-sets and the style itself sets the team apart from other HBCU dance teams?
Well, with J-sets, we are more like a book, but it's not a nasty book. Like, we do book, and we set apart our slow stands from our medium from our fast. So I think that's what makes it different because it's not really other teams that's booking or very clean when they book like J-sets do.
And at what point did you know that this was the team you wanted to dance for on a collegiate level?
Probably when I did MAB my summer when I was about to try out for J6. Like, their style is kind of almost the same, but it was like, I might as well just go ahead and try out for J6 now again, since I'm doing this now.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, I would never, 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 never let you go before I go.
Coachella. Boost with the ghost feathers. I brought the squad with me. Black on black bandanas. I say it's champagne. I did the damn thing. Dirty Diana, singing and dancing all in the rain. Ooh, I just wanna have a good time. Turn around, take it inside, and twirl that ass to the right now. Ooh, funny hop, drop, pop. Cross your legs, turn around and clap. Shuffle to the left, let's glide now. Ooh, drop it down low, 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 low to the floor. Bring it up, tap then roll. Step on them, step on them, step on them, step on them, kick on them, something you step. Swag the right, serve the left, work the middle till it hurt a little. Before I let go.
My name is Shannon Williams, and I was at Prince and J Set from 2011 to 2015. Currently, I am the instructor of the Diamond Misses Dance Team, and I am the owner of Hair Revolution and Lay Slay Beauty Bar.
All right, Shannon, let's get started. What would you say was your favorite uniform?
Well, my favorite uniform was blue velvet. The sparkles and how it just fits the body, amazing.
Okay, and what was your favorite game out of all your years?
I would say my favorite game would be, honestly, probably my last game because it ended the season and all of the hard work and all of the dedication that I had for the team. So I would say the last game brought the most excitement because I gave it my all.
Now we have a very specific question. How can something so small have enough energy for a whole row?
Well, honestly, I just felt like my passion just shined throughout my body because the passion, the joy I have for dance is just when the sound of that beat drop, I'm ready to move as soon as as soon as the drums move.
Do you miss dancing?
Not necessarily because I'm so hands-on with it with different dance teams, so I wouldn't say I miss it because I'm still a part of it.
Okay, so one thing you didn't mention earlier is about being the coordinator or director over the girls for MAAB. And so we got a couple of those questions too. What are your plans for them this summer?
Well, I don't necessarily want to share those until it's close for it, maybe. So I just tell everybody to stay tuned for mock tryouts.
And do you think you'll pick a captain this summer?
If someone give me the qualities to be a captain, I sure will pick a captain.
Okay, so back to the JSET questions. Who was your favorite captain during your years?
I would have to say Miss Charlotte Johnson. She was my captain for 2 years, my first 2 years. She kind of taught me everything I know about JSET. You know, I looked up to her as a purple diamond as well as a JSET. So with her becoming my captain, she just got me in the right direction I need to go.
Okay, and now with the experience that you have with the Diamond Misses and with MAAB, would you consider being a JSET sponsor in the future?
Of course, who wouldn't?
Which one of your craft sisters were you closest to?
My favorite craft sister was Tiara Lewis.
And prior to becoming a JSET, or actually during as well, which alumni did you look up to the most?
Well, that would have to be, again, I didn't just have one. I did have 3 because of the fact of my background. I looked up to Miss Shanika, Charlotte, and Charlene.
Okay, and from your years, what was your favorite routine?
I would have to say my last Memphis with Tierra Squad, it was insane. That was my favorite.
And if you had to hand pick a squad, who would be your dream team?
My dream team, it would have to be me, Tiara. Let's not forget Morgan Hightower. I want to snatch up that Kayla. Let's see, Diamond, Dominique. I would have, that's all that could come to me right now. Oh, and Kelsey.
And we had a lot of questions, so I want to see if you just have any comments about the selection process for captain from 2014.
The only thing I necessarily have to say is everybody that's on the squad wants to be captain. That's somebody's dream once they get on there. But I do not fault anything that happened with the selection because I feel like the Lord only had bigger things in store for me. So I don't down the selection. I'm mad. It's something I was proud of. I feel like that was something that wasn't meant for me.
All right, thank you.
You heard about me? Yeah. Wow. Wow. Back at you. Bad girl.
Is it bad that I never made up? No, I never did. But I should know how
I want you to.
to be a bad girl. I'll protect. Can't promise that I could take. 'Cause I had some issues. I won't commit. I haven't
Say what's special, type of girl relate to this. Veron and James. Word. I think you get this too, baby. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bad girls ain't no good. And the good girls ain't no fun. Look.
The bad girls want a real nigga.
Yeah, cause real niggas just run. So it seems that we caught up in the wrong thing. Got a thing for a queen who know when to lead. You got a
Thing for a king, but you want a king.
seems like the ones who wrong never got a ring. And I can see that you're yeah, in a literal sense. I mean a physical sense. I mean wait, baby, give me a second. I need a minute to bend. I'm only telling you that. I heard you. And I'm telling you, I can believe that. Not the type of fella that y'all be getting jealous, but we talking about game while they got the lead pass. We at that bed, floor, couch, hold up. You know what? What's up? Forget it, cause all the bad girls always end up on that shit.
Is it bad that I never made up? No, I never did. But I should know how to be that girl. I'll protect. Can't promise that I could take. 'Cause I had some issues. I won't commit. I haven't it, but at least I can admit that I've been bad. Yeah, I'd be good and bad, but I'd be bad to you.
She hurt feelings, she ain't wrong. She work hard, she play harder. Got a smart mouth, like a speed fly. She don't catch feelings, she too busy catching G5. She no saint, South Saint Laurent, gon' blaze out, take the wheel job. Every young nigga got these women in their river island. I'm just trying to take a dip, y'all. Never did terrible bullshit, y'all. Never concerned, she trying to live it out. No one suck up a love, she probably ducking because you try to follow your gut feeling, you get lost. Some issues, yeah, and I noticed it. You got the coldest cortisone, but warmer skin. You froze with it. You tryna play Sub-Zero, I be Scorpion. Get over here today, smelling like Jean Paul. Got the hate. Got about 3 friends, she don't even tweet them. And on IG, but she follow Kenny. Yeah, we at that bed, floor, couch, hold up. You know what? What's up? Forget it. All these bad bitches always uninvited.
Is
Yeah.
it bad that I never made up? No, I never did. But I should know how to be that girl. I'll protect. Can't promise that I could take. 'Cause I had some issues. I won't commit. I haven't it, but at least I can admit that I've been bad to you. Yeah, I'd be good and bad, but I'd be bad to you.
My name is Dreamland Smith. I was a JSET in 2014, and right now I'm working.
Okay, Dream. How did you manage your school schedule with your band schedule in college?
Actually, the band staff put it together for us. They made sure that our classes were in the morning, and it was about an hour and a half gap between practice, and then we had practice. So it was well put together by the band staff.
Okay. Shout out to Mr. Hollinger.
Right.
How hard was your transition from being a cheerleader to being a JSET?
The transition mentally was easy because I knew what it was supposed to look like. I had great sisters to watch out there, and I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but physically, actually making everything wavy and not being so chopped up like chilling, it was very difficult. So it was good and it was bad.
What is your most memorable moment as a JSET?
I have two. Marching into Alcorn, because Alcorn Stadium, their fans are like so lit. So they were like up, yelling and screaming. Their band was playing. We were marching in to get ready, and literally I was crying. Like, I was crying. It was so overwhelming. And then marching off of Honda because Southern was right in front of us, and then we had Big Crit, and it was just like all of this energy. Yeah, that was the most memorable moments.
Do you think that you've inspired someone else to become a J-Set?
Now, dancing wise, I don't think I inspired nobody, but I feel like me as a person and like my bond with you all and us letting people really behind, seeing how J-Sets are, I feel like that may have inspired someone. So I
think you might have inspired someone with your transition coming from your cheerleading and drum major background to becoming a J-Set. So
thank you.
I'll give you that. How did becoming a J-Set affect your life?
Everything about the J-Sets was positive and affected me, whereas how I speak to people, my mindset, you know, how I just react to certain things was all positive. J-Sets affected me in a very good way. Only thing that was a little bit was outside of J-Sets and how people expected us to carry ourselves, because we're all different people. We all have different mentalities and different things that grind our gears. So dealing with the outside was affecting me a little bit, because sometimes I did stuff that wasn't J-Set like, and I had to be corrected. So everything was good from the J-Sets aspect.
So the question is, why didn't you return after your freshman year? I guess after the suspension, after it was lifted.
Why didn't I return? I actually did return. I took some summer classes, y'all, and the teachers would not fix the grades that they gave me. So when it all came down to it, of course, Miss Crowley is a stickler for grades and GPA. So even no matter how well I danced, I didn't have the GPA, so that was just over with.
Who was your favorite craft sister and big sister?
My favorite craft sisters by default are the J sisters I came in with, so those are my favorite craft sisters. My favorite big sister, I don't have a favorite one. Yeah, they're all on the same level.
Okay, what was your favorite uniform?
My favorite uniform was homecoming, y'all, because we made it. We put our beads on the hats and we got to bond with each other. Yeah, that was my favorite one. We spent a lot of time together making that one.
So the halftime uniform.
Yeah, the halftime for homecoming, the poison.
What was your favorite year to watch after 14?
15, I was so bittersweet, y'all. I did not watch 15 until 16. But I don't have a favorite year that I watched. I actually started traveling with 16 squad. I went to New Orleans. I went to Memphis. I went to a couple games to see them. So every year the squad just gets better. So there is no favorite squad, because they're same girls just with new perspective, new things added. So it's not a favorite squad.
Which J-Set pushed you the most?
Ooh, Shannon. Shannon, definitely. Shannon and Miss Crowley, actually. Yeah, Shannon and Miss Crowley.
Circling back. Which J-Set pushed you the most?
Okay, so I actually forgot about this. What year was that, Bree? Was that 16?
15.
15. We actually came back for tryouts, y'all. Hair and makeup, everything was done. We were in the leotard stage. This is Sunday. I don't know what happened, but I started boohooing, crying. I left out of the AAC. I told Bree I'll be at y'all first game. And Bree came out there and was just like, how can you get all the way here and quit? How could you just give up on yourself? Like, I actually forgot about that, Bree. Thank you so much. Like, I was so hurt. Like, I don't know what was bothering me. I have no clue. But Bree made me put that out the window. I had to leave it at the door. Like, all of that was over with. Even after Jay says, when Bree wasn't dancing with us our freshman year, Bree was supportive. Bree was everywhere. She's posting pictures. She's taking pictures with us. And there were girls that came in with us that didn't finish the season, that were not as supportive. They were still very friendly and kind in certain ways. But Bree was there. It was no bitter in it. Bree. I answered the question wrong. It was Bree. Thank you, Bree.
And y'all can go and look on Lamon's page, because he posted that tryout video and she got out there and she busted it.
He posted that?
Yeah, he posted it more recently though.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Someone asked, track or J-Set?
What does that mean by that?
I'm assuming, what do you prefer? What do you like most about me?
I would definitely have to say J-Sets, because I didn't fall in love with J6 until after high school, and literally I only had from May 2014 to January 2015 to be a J-Set, and I was in love with it. Like, it's something that every time I get with my sisters, we obsessing about it. I think about it all day. Let a song come on, I'm gonna throw a stand. I got a memory for it. The closest people to me now are my J-Set sisters, Bree, Morgan, Cam, Kaya, Jazz. You know, so J-Set, obviously.
Which J-Set did you admire most from 14?
Who did I admire the most?
I guess coming in as a J-Set.
And our group of us?
Not just 14, just J-Sets in general. As you came in, who are you looking up to? Who are you watching on videos? Stuff like that.
Oh, okay. When it came to dance-wise, I looked at Shannon, how big she made her moves. But I looked at Tierra because I'm way taller than Shannon, so trying to move like Shannon would be pointless, you know. So it would definitely be Tierra and Shannon, both of them.
What's your favorite song to jam to?
I don't think I have a favorite jam song. I remember before I became a J-Set, and I didn't know any stands. I know like 2 stands. And Wale Bad with Rihanna, I'd be like, ooh, when I know some stands, I'm gonna throw it. Me and my sisters gonna throw them. We never did it. But I like that song. That's a good jam song.
Do you have, no, I do. Did you have aspirations to become captain one day?
I actually had aspirations to be drum major, actually. I never thought about being well, I won't say I never thought about being captain. Everybody thinks about being in the front because they make you lead in the front at practice. But no, I actually wanted to be drum major my junior year, so.
And this is the big question. Will you return this upcoming season?
Of course not.
You never know.
It's fall and go. No. Of course not. No. I won't be returning. I would love to support the girls, but I won't be returning, no.
All right, well, thank you, Jimlyn.
Thank you, Bree.
She dances in the sheets at night. She dances to his needs. She dances till he feels just right until he falls asleep. She dances at the crack of dawn and quickly cooks his food. She can't be late, can't take too long. The kids must get to school. Straight to the river.
took the bar tops, drinking them straight with no breath. Obviously, I got a problem. I like the taste. Wanna get wasted with you. Tell me what's good for me, but I don't care. Wanna get wasted off you. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I like the taste. I like the taste. I like the taste. Yeah. What an addiction, so high cost. Gambled it all just to be lost. When no love lost, no bridges burned. You live and you learn. I learn from my hurt. Show me what I have been missing. Crazy, but I will not listen. No good for my health, they can't be when I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. Waste of time, my lover. Throw it back and I feel the burn. No good for my health, they can't be when I'm with you. Yeah, wanna get wasted with you. Tell me what's good for me, but I don't care. Wanna get wasted off you. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna get wasted off you. Tell me what's good for me, but I don't care.
My name is Morgan Jackson. I was a Princeton J set from 10 to 13. I am currently a medical laboratory scientist. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. What was your favorite thing about being captain?
My favorite thing about being captain, I like leading. So leading and I don't know, being creative and being in front and just managing a team, I believe. That was my favorite thing about being captain.
What was the hardest part about it?
Everything I just said before. Dealing with mainly criticism and the fan base back then, that was probably my hardest part. Dealing with a lot of, not constructive criticism, but just negativity from the fans.
And from that, do you think that you were underestimated?
Yes. I believe when I was chosen as captain, it was like in the back of people's mind that I might get captain, but who they wanted to be captain, that's who they just wanted to be in front. So they underestimated me because they was like, well, she don't need to be captain and she didn't dance all 4 years and blah, blah, blah. And I really think it was because, like I said, these people weren't my friends. They were like just random people who had befriended other members. So they just had negative connotations from the jump.
So outside of the criticism and all that, what was being captain like for you?
It was new. I had been captain for a long time, like throughout my dance history. I was captain in middle school, high school, but when I got to be captain at a collegiate level, it was a new experience. I had a new sponsor. It was a new team, pretty much. And I don't know, it was exciting, but very new. It wasn't what I expected it to be. I can say that.
How did you go about making your field shows?
In my living room, making up 8 counts. I would first try to just go on days, like if I felt creative, I'll try to just make something up and make it flow with other things. But pretty much it was based on like, let me do this stunt here, or let me try to do this, or how does this movement lead to the next? And okay, what's the beat going like on this part? So it was just trying to make it all flow and make sure it matched the actual song that I was performing to, well, that we were performing to.
Okay, I missed a couple captain questions, so we'll circle back around to that. In that moment, when you were announced as captain, how did you feel?
Nervous. I was nervous. I was excited and happy about it, but I was nervous because it was like, oh Lord, you know, what have I gotten myself into, basically. and I was just trying to be positive about it because it was a lot of negativity that came with it for whatever reason.
Going into your captain year, what former captains did you study?
I studied predominantly Shankita and Charlotte because those were my two captains, and Chloe was my sponsor, so I studied Chloe as well because that was like my right aid basically. If I had questions or needed advice, I went to Miss Crowley, not Chloe, for advice and everything. But as far as looking at videos, I studied Shankita and Charlotte.
What was your vision for your squad?
My vision for my squad was basically to be clean. I really wanted a clean squad. I didn't want it to be any lag with the routines. I felt like even if you did a hard routine or a simple routine, as long as you executed the movements and everybody was on one accord, it would look good. And I wanted to do good on formations. My big thing was formations and a clean squad. And I wanted everybody to look in sync.
Did you have a favorite crab year, captain year?
A favorite crab year? Elaborate.
13 girls. Did you have a favorite baby?
Oh. I don't think I had a favorite. No. I like them all pretty much the same. That wouldn't be fair if I had a favorite. I don't have a favorite child.
Yeah. How would you rate your year as captain?
My year as captain, let's see, the first few games was kind of like a tester, basically. Like, you're not really into the groove of things. I didn't get into the groove until probably, I want to say, Alabama. Like, after a while, when I stopped caring about what other people had to say, that's probably when I got into the groove. But by that time, the season was almost over. So it was like a little too late. So, but yeah.
What was your favorite field routine you created?
I pretty much liked all the ones I created, but I guess the favorite one that I created was one that I didn't perform, was because it was my last year, but it was Slave to the Rhythm. That was my favorite one I created, but I never performed it, so I don't know if that counts. But as far as performances go, the one that we did for Honda, which was Danity Kane, that was my favorite.
How has being a J-Set changed your life?
Has it?
If it has.
If it has changed my life, let's see. I guess it give you more connections. I can say that, like, you build more networking and reaching out to people that you probably wouldn't have known if it wasn't for J-Set. It built my confidence. It gave me a better technique with dance. I came from a ballet, jazz, contemporary background.
Yeah, that was the next question. What's your dance
okay. And to go into J-Set, that was, man, when I first got on the team, it was like, you just robotic. Like, you are robotic. Like, I would do the moves, but it was too clean that it was not flowing or anything. So I guess being a J-Set basically helped me. You found your funk, your groove, your zest that you need as far as performing and being a dancer, and build your confidence, like tryouts and all of that, and being cut to not being cut, and learning new routines every week or every other week and hoping that you make it. That's intense. So it gives you like something to work for too as well. Discipline, all of that is affecting my life. So I know, and then like even hard times and everything, I know how to deal with them because of my experiences as a J-Set.
How many counts did you make in 13?
0. I didn't contribute any counts. My team made up counts as far as stands go. I did my field shows. That's what I did, field shows and formations. And my team made up actual stand counts.
What are 3 things that you focused on as it pertained to your squad?
I focused on, like I said before, cleanliness. I wanted to focus on execution as far as like my new babies went. I wanted them to know how to buck or at least blend while bucking. And I focused on actual performing. I didn't want people to look lazy or while out on the field or in the stands or even the smallest movements or performances. So those are the 3 things I focused on.
What was your favorite band song in 13?
My favorite band song was Treasure or Fast. And then for slow songs, it was an Avant song, You and I believe. Those are my favorite songs. I had two, sorry.
When dancing, which do you prefer, Nancy's or jazz boots?
Jazz boots. Yes. You're more grounded in jazz boots.
Who is one of the most creative J sets that you've danced with?
There's so many. Creative. I would say Charlotte. Charlotte was probably the most creative, just because she would incorporate stunts and movements all in one. Like, it was a one factor with everything that she did, and I liked that. Like, I never knew what was coming next with her routines, and I always like, why we gotta do that when it came to learning them. So yeah, Charlotte.
How important do you feel it is to have a technical background?
I think it's key to being a J set. I mean, it's plenty girls that probably have come through and made the team without a technical background, but you really need one. Not necessarily ballet, but even some type of form, knowing what a point and placement and balancing and all that. It's not all just about stunts. Like, you got to know how to, I guess, be elegant at the same time, because these are big movements and you have to have control of your body or you'll look wild. Go ahead.
Have you learned any new counts, and if so, do you have a favorite?
I struggle to learn some new counts. I do have a favorite, but I can't do it. I have to relearn it. But yeah, I like a lot of the new counts that they've done. They just are hard. They're hard.
If not being a J set, what other team would you have gone to?
Would I have gone to another team? I don't know.
Yeah, if you would have.
Maybe the Southern Dancing Dolls. I mean, I guess. Because those are the top two. I mean, it's us and it's them. I wouldn't go anywhere else. As far as like form and cohesiveness and the band, I would probably go to Southern.
Okay. Why did you leave the team in 2010?
Sickness. Yeah, I was sick. I got really sick after the Valley game. And I was basically, I was told I couldn't dance for like 4 weeks on the team. And so I was basically coming to practice, but sitting down the whole time. So I was like, I'll just quit. So I just quit and I focused on my grades. So that's why.
Since graduating, do you ever go back and look at the videos from 14 to 18? And if so, do you have a favorite routine?
Yes, I go back and look at some videos. Do I have a favorite routine? No, I don't have a favorite routine. But I do go back and look at some videos just to see what's going on, and then reminiscing on everything, what I used to could do.
And last but not least, name your dream team.
Dream team. Let's see. Of everybody that I've known?
All the J sets there are.
Okay. Miss Crowley, Janier, Shankita, Charlotte, Zanette, Charlene. I would take Sierra, me, Dominique, Kayla. This is not fair. This is not fair. Because I feel like I'm going to forget like a lot of people that I want on my team. Yeah, let's just stick to those 10. But it's more as well. I just probably can't name them all right now. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, thank you.
name is Janier Kidd. I was a prancing J-set from the years of 2002 to 2006. I currently still dance. I teach dance classes at the Dollhouse, and I'm also the head coach of the Dancing Dolls here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I also, okay, I can start over. You're talking about work now, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I work at the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency as a career pathway specialist, assisting students with disabilities, making sure they receive the services to be able to be successful in work or post-secondary education.
All right, Janier, we're going to start with, can you tell us your favorite game?
My favorite game was Tennessee State when it rained. That was one of the best games because, I mean, it was you were wet, your hair was sticking to you. It was almost like you're dancing in the shower. So that was one of the best games.
What was one of your favorite songs during your years?
My favorite song was Zoom in my dance years. Zoom.
How do you feel when you see your past counts thrown now?
It's an amazing feeling because, you get to see your choreo still happening, still popping, or still a favorite. And it's just an overwhelming experience when I see it. Every time I see it, I giggle or I just smirk, or it really fills me up.
How would you rate the routines, I guess, in order of favorite to
least favorite?
Yeah. PYT, Jam, Crazy, R&B Junkie, and Toxic.
Now that's hard because I don't want to take up too much time.
You fine.
Because I want to say Jason Timberlake is R&B Junkie.
Crazy, R&B Junkie.
Man, why wasn't Lose My Breath. Was that one of them?
You can just say your top 5. Because they did give you a slim pickings.
My top 5, I would have to say Kanye West Workout, created by Nadia her year. That was my number one dance that I really did like. R&B Junkie would be number 2. Jam would be, I would say Jam would be number 3. That was from my freshman year. That was the July tryout dance. And from Jasmine's year, Don't Funk With My Heart. Yeah. But I don't know, Don't Funk With My Heart probably take place in number 2 or even so those are my top. Those are my top.
What do you miss most about being a J-Set?
I missed performing. Performing was fun. Being with the girls was fun. Of course, after your freshman year. But it was just fun. Just being on the go every weekend, having something to do. I really didn't have any friends outside of the band. They were my friends, they were my family, so that's the main part. But majority of my sisters I still talk to and best friends with today. So, but it's more so of the connection with the girls and performing.
Do you feel that the J-Set style has changed over the years?
I wouldn't say changed. I want to say it evolved, even though evolve can mean change, but it depends on how you use it. I feel as though we stuck to our traditions, but we've embellished our traditions. We've kept up with the times. I feel as though we've always been at least 10 years ahead of the game. And everyone is now trying to start to catch up, not to sound, cocky or anything like that. but because it was true, no one was starting to make a name for themselves up until the recent years. We always had a name. So, but I love how, it's still traditional, but it has evolved to continue to grow. So, it's changed, but it's not a change as far as like a total flip.
Yeah. How many times have you danced at homecoming, and which one was your favorite? Or what was your favorite?
Well, I danced all 4 years, so I did all homecomings.
Well, maybe they were talking about like when alumni comes
Oh,
back.
when alumni. I danced 2006, and I did the one in 2011. That was 6 months after I had my son. Those are the only two. And those are the only two.
Okay. If not J-Sets, what other scene would you have considered?
Okay. So if I didn't make J-Set, I was going to try out for Southern. I know it's weird. My style in high school was from Southern. So I had the technical background and all of that to be able to handle the choreography at Southern. So yeah, if I didn't make it, I was going to Southern.
Would you consider ever being the J-Set sponsor?
Would I or when?
Would you?
So if I didn't make J-Set, I was going to try out for Southern. Yes and no. Yes, because I love to dance. I still love to dance, and I just love the art. And to be able to keep the traditions that we have going. And same thing that Chloe's doing. That's why we were strongly rooting. Chloe, go Chloe. As far as me, not the time. It is a time factor. I remember when Miss Worthy would bring Edward into practices because she didn't want to leave Edward at home by himself because he was young. So, and me having two small children, Jalea and CJ would have to be in practice with me. And of course, Jalea would probably fall in line somewhere, learn the stand routines. But, the time factor behind it is really, really demanding.
Yeah. How is it working with the Dancing Dolls, the girls, and Diana?
I love it. I actually worked with the Dancing Dolls when I was in Jackson in 2008. It's a wonderful experience. I'm very well respected. The girls, they respect me very well. I love the fact that they are eager to learn choreography in just new age. They're willing to try anything as far as dance-wise, whether it's a flip off your head, off your elbows, or whatever. They're willing to push the envelope. And working with Diana, I've worked with her in the past, and she's a cool cat. It's a business, but at the same time we have a friendship. It's respectful, and she respects me. I respect her. Totally respect the craft. A lot of people on the outside looking in can't see that. They only see a certain side, but I have fun where I am. I crack jokes. I'm loud. But I get my work done, and it's put out on the floor with the girls being, a 10-month-old team, and we just won grand champion of our first competition. So, when you put in the work, you get good stuff come out. So I enjoy it.
Will you push your daughter to attend Jackson State and become a J-Set?
Nope. Where I'm giving my daughter the opportunity to develop her skills to be able to go anywhere, and wherever she chooses to go, that's on her. But yes, of course, she is influenced with J-Sets because I was a J-Set. But am I gonna push her? No. If she wants to do that, then yeah, I'm gonna be right there, and I'm gonna make sure that my baby got a crispy routine. But wherever she wants to go, that's my baby. That's her choice.
They want to know your favorite stands, and a lot of our fans like to see them demonstrate. I don't know if you want to bust it real quick.
Favorite stands are, of course, the stands that I created, but you know, that's some old school stuff. I really don't have. Well, no, there's some slow stands. Yeah, I have favorites, but I have a couple of favorite slow stands. Fast stands, yeah, I got a couple of favorite fast stands. It's hard to describe them because so many. But
Yeah.
But I do them.
All right, thank you.
But it's time I think about me. That's right. And what I need. That's right. Tonight I'm doing me. That's right. And I'ma have fun. That's right. I bet you gon' get caught. 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 That's right. Get caught. Get caught. Get caught. Get caught. Let's go down, ladies. Let's go down. You always look how everybody else. And not yourself.
Before I let you go, I would never let you go before I go. Pull up to Coachella, boots with the ghost feathers. I brought the squad with me, black on black bandanas. I say it's champagne. I did the damn thing. Here did Diana, singing and dancing all in the rain. Ooh, I just wanna have a good time. Turn around, dick inside, and twirl that ass to the right now. Ooh, funny hop, drop, pop, cross your legs, turn around and clap, shuffle to the left, let's glide now. Ooh, drop it down low, to the floor. Bring it up, Captain Roll. Step on them, step on them, kick on them, something you step. Swag the right, serve the left, work the middle till it hurt a little.
Why you make it so complicated? Off the drain, we concentrate. I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking weed up the container. We spend cash for entertainment. That's more where that came from, that's all I'm saying. It's me and you and we making arrangements. It's you and me and we making arrangements.
Is it hot in here or is it just me? I'm so high in here, we smoking on this weed. Told
church. I danced in 2013. I took 2014 off, and I danced throughout the rest of my college years. And I am a coach for Dancing Dolls, and I have my own dance, I don't want to say company, but heels. It's called Supreme Heels, where it's chair. Sometimes they do, it's just different stuff.
All right, we're gonna start with our Q&A. Can you tell us, were you nervous when you led your game in 16?
16, I was very nervous because it's like you used to being behind somebody else. So when you're up there, now it's like, dang, I got to think about this. I can't do the same stand over. So yeah, I was nervous.
Okay, so from the years that you danced, what was your favorite year and why?
2015 had to be my favorite year because it was only 3 old heads and everybody else was new. So I would say 15 because Dawn did a pretty good job putting everything together.
Why did you miss 14?
Originally, I missed 14 because I had went to Tougaloo. I was going to start nursing. But when I got over there, I didn't like it. By the time I tried to come back, I had Miss Band Camp. Miss Curley was like, yeah, you're going to have to wait till next year to try out.
Okay, how is life now after going from J-Sets to coaching for the Dancing Dolls?
Life is about the same. It's just, well, I don't want to say you don't dance as much because you still dance just as much, except like with coaching them, they're like how we on the college level, they on the level where they doing like duck drops out the sky, like they doing extra stuff that I'm not used to. So it's not a big difference, but it's a small difference when it comes to like making them up stunts.
Okay, and as the ace, when you were first starting out, was it hard catching on to stuff that was being thrown?
No, it's basically like I was still on Short and Sexy from the beginning when I first started.
What was it like to prepare for being a J-Set after you found out you made it?
It was having to change a work schedule. Well, I couldn't work none my freshman year because, you had to always make sure you was practicing or learning something. So it really wasn't much that you had to prepare for, but you had to get used to practicing almost 5 hours and doing homework and getting back up the next day. So it was not a lot, but it was a lot.
Okay, and what was your favorite routine, if you can pick one?
Sweat Championship 2013, we did Bad Girl.
And what was your favorite uniform?
I like Tiger Girl. Tiger Girl make everybody look fit, and everybody just dance more when they wear Tiger Girl.
Your favorite stand, slow and fast. If you want to demonstrate, you can. If you can explain it, that's fine too.
I think all the slow stands are my favorite, but probably the 16 that Dawn brought her year, and then it's an 8 count that Morgan brought her year that she remixed now, but it wasn't a 16, it was just an 8 count, but I like that one too.
Any fast? I don't think anybody really likes fast stands.
I'm gonna say, I don't have any fast stands.
Okay, so how was it as not only a freshman but upperclassman trying to manage practice and classes?
Well, once I was a freshman, it was probably much easier because it's like, oh, I gotta make sure my GPA is this, I gotta make sure my grades stay up. But once I became an upperclassman, it was kind of like, well, I'm used to it now, I could just do this later on. You really want to think